Hello everyone. Welcome. If we haven't already met, my name is Claire Jones. I am owner of Liminal Clarity and I am a flow expert. And I help visionaries, innovators, creators, basically entrepreneurs, high achieving women achieve more in less time with less stress. So I'm jumping on today to talk about how we can increase our creativity, our productivity, our innovation, and aligned flow, even in times of change, stress, or transformation. Continuing today with Time In. So if you're catching me live or if you're catching the replay, please say hello, tell us where you're tuning in from, and comment what your favorite self-check-in activity is. That's what we're talking about today. So before I get into the nitty-gritty, I wanted to let you know that I'm opening up the last 3 spaces to those of you out there who want to move in harmony with your truest selves by cultivating intentional flow and productivity to achieve your life's work with ease and joy. If you're interested, book a call with me. I'd be happy to chat. I'll put it in the comments on Facebook and in the description on YouTube. Now, how have I implemented Time In over the years? So I have been first introduced to the importance of meditation, which Time In, that's what we're talking about here, when I read the Neuroleadership Handbook in 2016. I was learning about the Healthy Mind Platter and many other neuroscientific frameworks, and it unleashed a massive curiosity in me. I started reading books like The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer, Stumbling on Happiness by Daniel Gilbert, 10% Happier by Dan Harris, The Undefeated Mind by Alex Lickerman, and Going to Pieces Without Falling Apart by Mark Epstein. I was absolutely astounded at the massive results that meditation could provide across the board, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So it took me a couple years, but I first started implementing an intentional meditation practice back in March of 2019. I started with twice a week, scheduled at the end of my workday on Wednesdays and Fridays for 10 minutes each. Then I increased it to 3 times a week, starting in April that year, for 10 minutes each, and then I slowly increased the sessions to 20 minutes each as the months progressed. In October of 2019, I started to realize that these sessions were more productive and fruitful for me if I scheduled them at lunchtime as a chance to reset in the middle of my day. So I switched them the time of day that I did my meditation breaks. And then in February 2020, I made the leap to meditating every single weekday, and I haven't looked back since. It has been a game changer for me in order to tap into my internal sensations and create a strong foundation of self-awareness. So the moral of the story here is that you have to create a practice that works best for you. Maybe you're a morning meditator. Maybe you're an evening meditator. Maybe you're a weekend meditator. There's no right or wrong answer here. It's just finding what works best for you. Can anyone relate to this? I'm sure there are a lot of you out there. If you're interested in getting clear on how to best devote your time to aligned wellness practices like Time In, I am opening up the last 3 spaces to those of you out there who want to achieve more in less time with less stress. So book a call with me if you want to chat. So let's get into the nitty-gritty with Time In. It involves intentional relaxation, reflection, or mindfulness. It is a type of focused training for the mind that uses self-inquiry and self-awareness to achieve self-regulation. So it is a process that aims to decrease sympathetic activation. We're talking about your sympathetic nervous system there, heart rate, and muscle tension. And by creating a space between physical, mental, and emotional reactions, it allows us to adopt and maintain a self-observing attitude. So self-observation, when done in a non-judgmental and accepting manner, increases our ability to choose our responses instead of succumbing to automatic and potentially problematic physical, mental, and emotional responses, reactions. So this could be meditation or prayer, but it's basically focusing on your internal states. Notice what is going on inside of you. Take a minute or 2 to check in with your internal sensations, your internal feelings, your internal thoughts, your internal processes. Notice them in a non-judgmental, and accepting manner. So when you have this intentional time to check in with yourself and become aware of those internal processes, it's also called interoception, which basically means looking inside. You are able to become aware of your internal states, values, guiding systems, so that you can better respond to the world outside of you with intentional forethought instead of impulsive reaction. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about creating that space between your reaction and your response. So your knee-jerk reaction is always going to be very emotionally based. It's your limbic system, the part of your brain that is fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. So think about these immediate reactions that you have to certain scenarios. Sometimes it's not the best way to react to something going on. So you want to create that space so that you have time to consider your thoughtful response more so than your knee-jerk reaction. So time in developing this intentional practice of self-awareness and self-observation is going to help you lengthen that time so that you can thoughtfully respond to things instead of just impulsively reacting to them. This will save you a lot of pain and trouble in the long term. So an easy action step is to set aside 15 minutes a day to be in silence with your eyes closed, and an easy tool is to set an alarm to remind you. So it doesn't have to be a difficult thing to work into your daily time. Just set a recurring alarm or a recurring appointment in your calendar. I found that it works for me if I schedule it for right after I eat lunch, because then I'm not tired or hungry and I can really focus as a result. So whenever your reminder goes off, just take 15 minutes to sit there with your eyes closed and focus on your internal space, sensations, feelings, nudges, urges. This is listening to your intuition and listening to that internal guiding system that you have working in your favor inside of you. So I've even heard of people doing 2 to 5 minute meditations between activities throughout the day, like between meetings or between projects or appointments. So it helps to have the full 15-minute block so that you can really settle in. But something is better than nothing. So sneak it in whenever you can. When you are centering and checking in with yourself, is it actually happening? When is this happening for you throughout the week? This is absolutely vital to a strong sense of self-awareness. And that's pretty much it today. So that's time in. If you're interested in learning more, please book a call with me. Let's talk about the best way to create a custom mix of mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical practices to combine the powers of neuroscience, spirituality, and wellness, and achieve your goals while having way more fun in the process. So you too can reach and maintain flow state even in times of change, stress, or transformation. I can't wait to support you all on your growth journey. In the meantime, please join me for more of these Facebook Lives where I'll be doing a deeper dive into each of these areas and providing practical tips, tools, and recommendations. This is the last week of the series, so we'll be wrapping up on Friday, but I'll be jumping on tomorrow to talk about focus time. And until then, please remember that your authentic self is extraordinary, it is wonderful, and you owe it to yourself to create the elevated life that you know you are capable of. Take care, everyone. Bye.